have to admit, most days I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, or at least some indication that you guys are actually doing something, but today makes it feel almost worth it.
All within normal parameters?
Exterior doors locked.
Ion sales are now online?
Satellite in range. Rendezvous
control
course
that.
with
That
ion
took care of
engines
it.
Should I have a
set.
headset or something?
I've been working on the film I started writing it roughly 2.5 years ago. So I started writing maybe in June 2007. We finished up in January of 2010. During that time period, I also have taught full-time every semester, including the summers, and taught some summer courses in Portugal as well. So I've been keeping a really full teaching load to make sure that I can afford to actually make the movie. I love teaching here. It's a lot of fun, and it is sort of inspiring. It's great to come in and talk to people about doing something you like doing, like teaching, which is really, that side of it really is fun. If I had had to try and make this film while I was doing some other job, I don't think I could have done that, because obviously you have to have some day job in independent film, because for all those people watching this that don't know, independent film doesn't really make that much money. As much as it was hard work, I'm thankful that this was the job that I was doing. There you go. Now, it worked better in the book, didn't it? You guys were all laughing at me. Come on, you guys always laugh at me like it's not going to work. Does anything I show you ever not work in the end?
Magic. It's like
I know.
magic.
It is. So being on faculty, I get access to a lot of technical help. Really, we have world-class filmmakers teaching here that are a great resource to talk to, and world-class tech people.
I've been trying to get here since I was 15 years old. I mean, everything I've ever done was for this.
I wasn't a very good pilot. I wasn't a very good engineer. But I'm a hero. Natural born.
Blanket of stars.
I wanted to make a romance. You know, when I was cutting the trailer, I tried to be very specific in that I want people to watch this and know what kind of movie they're getting. I don't want to trick someone into thinking this is an action movie. I mean, there's a few moments of action, but that's not what this movie is. I don't know, romance is always this thing that's just like a little bit out of reach. It's very, we're drawn to it. It's so appealing, but it's also sometimes like a little bit elusive, like it's not quite there. And that combines with the analogy of it's like exploring. It's also this thing that's new and exciting, and you want to figure it out, and it's going to change you, and you're going to change it. And these are the ideas I really wanted to put into a story. So even from the first aesthetic, I wanted something that wasn't just totally unrealistic cartoony stuff, and I didn't want something that was just real. Again, I wanted that to be almost real, but a little different, and got really inspired by stuff like Waking Life, and even not at all on a story level for what I was doing, but on an aesthetic, some of the stuff like Sin City, where they're real, but they're a little bit separated. I didn't want them as real as Sin City, and I didn't want it as animated as Waking Life, so I tried to find some in between. We've technically worked very hard on the way this animation looks, and I hope people that are sort of animation geeks, I mean in a good way, are gonna like that, are gonna want to see that, and people that like sci-fi. I did work very hard when I was writing the script to make sure that our science was basically right. We take some liberties and speed some things up. The Beagle shows up in here. The Beagle's based on a real ship. We used the real designs. The way we got spaceships to enter the atmosphere, we tried to make basically accurate. It's based on ideas people really have that might work.
I've never seen anything like that. Seriously. I peed myself.
But I love telling stories, even more than animating, more than doing these things. I really love to tell stories, and getting to do films, you get to do that. It's that end result, you know, and it's knowing that every day, even if there are moments of the day I don't really enjoy, I do generally like what I get to do in my life. I feel like a very lucky person. A lot of people don't like what they're doing and have to go to jobs, they're just counting the minutes till they get to go home. And I'm sometimes counting the minutes because I'm often tireder than I want to be, and I'm often doing a little more than I wish I had to do during that given day. But also what I am doing are things I like, so if I ever start feeling frustrated, I try to stop and reflect on that for a minute, like, wow, I'm a pretty lucky dude.
Fills out the sky.